Welcome back, my name is 2.0, and if you guys are new here, welcome, have a seat, stay a while. But today I figured we could test Phorcys. A lot of you've probably seen other content creators do this, so I mean, if you're here for anything new, I hope that I can give you something. Personally, I wanted to run mine as physically offensive as possible, while still running kind of what's important, at least I think. And it's been tough for sure. But here are the stats that I've been working with. And honestly, from testing prior, you definitely want him speedy, and you definitely want him to release his active around 1. But we'll talk about that. So again, I was thinking, he's got massive, massive damage numbers. Why not work with that? And, to a certain extent, it was going great. But he's just not that hero, exactly. So we're running magic swords on him. And then I was running attack. But again, I don't even know if that is the best. So speed-wise is probably what you're going to want. Which we'll totally do that off camera because that could take hours. But, I'm thinking, for the most part, like most people have been saying, let him do his active, and also he's void 0. So let's get right into it. Alright, so anyways, on my friends list, most of you might not have even seen this, but I figured we could fight some guildmates, because I've kind of familiarized myself with some of their lineups and this and that, and Phorcys is, again, he's very, very interesting, and I kind of want to test this out. I've been going with the Griffin a lot, so again, just bear with me. I know that he's not maxed, but just watch this, and again, you'll see kind of what I mean. I think that Phorcys works a lot better in, offensive teams, and that being said, he doesn't necessarily need to stay around. He doesn't need to do a whole lot, and he's dazzled. So this is already a bad example. But again, he does okay. Yeah. So yeah, I was curious if that only hit one person. I guess his curse hit everyone. But like, look at everyone on their team. They're glowing with that aura because of Phorcys. And sure, he died. So whatever. We don't really care. We still won. So again, he got dazzled. He only hit one person, which it's a little sad for sure. But whenever he does not, this dude still has a wrestle. I'm just trying to find something. We could fight this guy. We'll probably lose, but a lot of people are saying that this dude is like a dark Tix. And if he is, then why don't you want to build him? Because Tix is one of the best people in the game. That being said, I don't really think that he is. But so many people are like, I already have Tix. This dude is just a dark Tix. I don't need him. Alright, that's fine. But this dude... Okay, so that wasn't a whole lot of damage. But at the end, you saw Carrie died. Tix died. Rogan took half of his health. And that's where I think that this dude shines. Round 1, going into round 2, the dude can hit like a truck. And, now it's round 4. Homie has another active that he could get off. And again, he's not faster than Russell right now, I don't think. Again, I probably should have checked that. But look at his damage. That was very, very, that was very good for what he's doing. His basics don't do much. He kind of needs to be protected. So, I like having Ra there because, obviously, she could, just negate 2 attacks, basically. Ignis probably wouldn't even be bad. And, even though this dude quote-unquote counters a lot of people, I think to a certain extent he won't make or break like how Carrie did, like how Russell kind of does. And for the most part, again, I really like what I'm seeing with this dude, but also I'm seeing that it doesn't always matter. He's gonna die right here. Oh, no, okay. But again, yeah, okay, he's dead. It doesn't always matter what you're facing. If some of them don't have stacks, it's not going to matter. If some of them don't have, these crazy boosts, he can't do a whole lot because then his marks they just don't go off. Let's see one of these guys. That could destroy me for sure. That one's a little bit more fair, I guess. Um, I will fight this dude. But for the most part, this dude again, he can burst down crazy heroes like Russell, which is really nice, and he can basically negate Rogan. The point for bringing Rogan, he can negate that. But carries counter this dude hardcore. If carry goes before him, takes his energy, well then he doesn't do anything. And it's like if Sherlock dubs him, that's not a debuff, that didn't do anything, so nothing really happens. And it's like trying to showcase this guy is a little hard, but for the most part, it's kind of neat, to watch this guy because he's kind of crazy, and it doesn't always matter, like what team he's up against, but it matters, I guess, as long as his energy doesn't get drained and as long as he doesn't get doved, he can still go off for the most part. Again, I like building him a little bit slower, a little bit more offensive, that way that he can nuke. But it's risky because then you cannot always guarantee that carry. Yes, carry just drained his energy, so now he's not doing anything like this whole game. If he was faster though, which we could make him faster, it'd be a different story. Sorry, I am a little bit thirsty. But look at everyone with the ghost possession, the curse possession. Literally everyone on the field has it. So I mean that was pretty neat. And I probably should have been showing some of the damages, but this dude can really go off. It's not always, but sometimes this dude can do more damage than Wrestle. Sometimes this dude can do zero damage. And I think that's where finding a fine line really works. But again, for the most part, I do like having more offensive, and that includes a pet. But again, we'll test it out with the deer because normally I rock the deer anyways, and we have a pretty decent win rate against this dude with Sherlock, a second Sherlock. But as you can see, this dude did his job. His, I guess, basically 3 out of 6 were badly, badly dented or killed, just from that ghost possession. And now he's dead. So, okay, win, not too bad. We could always do another one against this guy. But, I feel like that's kind of it. I think that's a funny stat sheet right there. That's very weird. But yeah, anyways, so if you guys are, on the question of building him, I'd say, he's not too bad. And on top of that, you get extra rewards. But honestly, I wouldn't really worry about pushing this dude E5. He's good, and I love him. And the Curse of Decay is all that you really want. But, again, it really depends on your meta. If you guys are starting to push late to endgame, I'd say, yeah, go for it. He's really worth it. If you're not, though, then it's a different story, and you might not want to get him. But again, early game, if you have him, and you can afford to get him, it might set you up later. So again, just keep that in mind. Again, I really like this guy, and I'll vouch for him. He's really good in PvP. And PvE, he's not horrible either. Obviously, he's no Delasium army, but he's overall a well-rounded hero, and I really like that. He's a little bit squishy, and he has some pretty obvious counters, but if you can get around those counters, then he's really, really strong. So, I think that's about it. I'll keep testing him, and we'll see exactly what I could do. If you guys want to build him, let me know, because I think you should. He's actually really good. And that was a Void 0. So keep that in mind. Anyways, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next. Peace.